It's a spring evening, the roads are quiet. I've got a Citroën DS3 Cabrio, which has got 155 horsepower and a manual 6-speed gearbox. I've done a video review for the car, which covers all the niceties. It covers the interior, how nice it is to drive, how practical it is. But this is the Speedmonkey guide to Hooning the Citroën DS3 Cabrio. So let's start with roundabouts. I've got a couple of roundabouts that will fly around and see how it stacks up. So the first one's approaching, 100 yards away, clear at the moment, and we are entering the roundabout now. It's got quite an elevation change as well, so the car hangs on quite nicely. There's no, and we're going around it a couple of times, there's no real understeer from the car or even oversteer. It's very neutral drive. Let's carry on. It's a very neutral drive. The suspension's quite soft in the DS3 Cabriolet. It's not like a Clio Renault Sport or anything like that. It is designed for a comfortable ride rather than a hooning ride. So we've come up behind someone. Let's slow down. We've got another roundabout coming up. There's a few of them on this road. Let's go around this one. This is a little flatter. Oh, a little bit of understeer. A little bit of understeer. Yep, the front wheels, but it's hanging on gamely. It is quite damp on the roads. Not bad. Another issue with the car, which kind of counts against it a little bit, is that as with all modern hatchbacks, it's 1.6 turbo, and most of the torque in the engine is produced higher up the rev range. It limits at just over 6,000 this car, and even though the turbo kicks in quite low at around about 1500 revs, it does take a little bit of back pressure to get going. So you might be in second gear, you might enter a sharp corner, put your foot down, and it kind of thinks about it before actually giving you the power. So that's a mark against the DS3 Cabrio. Although it has to be said, this isn't really what the car was made for in the first place. But hey, we've got one, why not give it a go? So I'm going to find some more fun roads with some decent corners, and I will come back in a minute. Right, I'm going to go from 0 to 60 and back again. This DS3 Cabrio, you do get quite a lot of torque steer. A lot of torque steer. You get left, right, around 60. Let's stop. And the hazards have come on. Okay, so in the car you get quite a bit of torque steer, as I was trying to say, but got rather excitable. It pulls left and right. It's got no limited slip differential, obviously, as a car like this wouldn't have, but it's not too bad. It doesn't veer you too far over to the other side of the road, but you do need to kind of control it with the wheel, and you can feel it grip one side, grip the other side. It doesn't just pull you in one direction. When you put the brakes on, the brakes are very good, very progressive. They don't lose grip until the very last minute. You can even stamp the brake going down a hill. Let's stamp the brakes on. Oh, now that was a stamp rather than a progressive push, and it did lose traction, and the ABS had to kick in, and again the hazard warning lights came on. Now these roads are fun here. So this is a kind of between second and third. I'm going around at the moment. The steering's very good. The car rolls a little bit. It does highlight one of the slight issues with the car. It's a 6-speed manual gearbox, and just sometimes you can get in a bit of a muddle as you change between gears. It doesn't always want to go in gear as fast as you might want it to go in. Also, when you're going around a corner fairly fast, let's say a third gear corner, might be going around it at 50 miles an hour. The inside wheel at the front does tend to lose traction, and you can feel it spin up a little bit. I'm now running through some fairly fast sweeping A roads, and this is composed. The car's composed. It's great fun, and we're going to come up to a couple of real good sweeping corners in a minute. But it's good fun. It's composed. It's neutral. It doesn't throw a hissy fit. Just went through a puddle then, quite quick. Didn't aqua aquaplane, which was good. Right, this one is down to fourth, no, third actually. Let's get it into third. And as we made the direction change, that inside wheel just lost grip momentarily, and now we're tracking straight and true. And we're going to come around another. This is sixth gear. Keep your foot down. It is very fast in a straight line. The torque and the pull from the turbocharged engine is 0 to 60 takes 8.2, but it feels a little quicker than that. It does once you've got that pressure worked up in the turbo and you get the car to work, the engine to work really, really well for you, then it does continue. And it is a quick car. You can really hustle it around these back roads that I'm hitting. Right, I've got a almost 90-degree left coming up, so we're down to third, second, pull it round, and on the limit turn into third. It's great fun to do that kind of thing. And I've got a half-mile straight and then another one. This is an even sharper, absolutely definite second gear corner, so we're going to change right down through the gears. Now, you can't left foot brake in this car. You can't use your, there we go, use your right foot to dab the throttle as you're changing down, because the pedals just aren't set up that way. And in a tick, we've got another great downward slope and a left-hand corner. It goes through 90 degrees, but quite gently, with a bit of off camber tilt to the road. And again, it is great fun in this car. Oh, a little bit of a weave as I braked quite hard then. And we're going right over the crest. Feels light going over the crest, but still it hangs on gamely. The rear end doesn't want to move out. The front doesn't seem to want to lose grip. Now the next, this is going to be a test. It's a long straight, and then the road rises abruptly upwards, and some cars bottom out on their suspension as we hit it. Nope, that's got good suspension. I've come down here in cars before where the suspension has bottomed out as we've hit that upward, and now we're just flying. I don't know if you know this road, but it is the back road between Kingsclear and Whitchurch in Hampshire, and it's fantastic fun in a car or a motorbike. Just have to watch out for rabbits, because we've got Watership Down on the left, and we're pretty much finished coming down the hill into Kingsclear. And these are quite a tough workout for a car, these roads. This road that I'm going around now, because they're all downwards. You've got to change down around some of them. You've got to brake as you're going round the corner, because it's a constant hill down and into the village, and we slow down as we start to enter the village. So you can hoon in a Citroën DS3 Cabrio. It is really good fun to chuck round corners, and giving it quite a workout, and the brakes are still working fine. There's no brake fade at all. So yeah, thumbs up.